Hello students, good evening to all. In the today's session, we are going to discuss the answers for the chemistry quiz which I have given in the morning. So I have given the five questions which these questions are from the previous KCET examination. So I hope you all are attempted the quiz. So in this session, we are going to discuss the answers for those questions. So the first question is on IUPAC nomenclature. Here the common name of the compound is given. We have to name that is IUPAC name of the compound. So in this type of the questions, first we have to write the that is structure of this tertiary butyl iodide. Since it is a tertiary butyl iodide, tertiary means that is prefix tertiary is used here, that is tertiary carbon atom. First we have to make the tertiary carbon atom. The tertiary carbon atom is one which is attached to the three other carbon atoms. So means here one methyl group is attached here, and here one more methyl group is attached, and here one more methyl group is attached. So this is the tertiary carbon atom. The tertiary carbon atom is one which is attached to the three other carbon atoms. So to which the iodine halogen atom is attached. So the the question they have asked is IUPAC name we have to give. So here in the IUPAC nomenclature of the organic compound, we have to select the longest chain of the carbon atoms. So here the longest chain becomes, so I will start numbering here. This is first carbon atom, this is second carbon atom, and this is third carbon atom. So if you in the IUPAC nomenclature of the haloalkanes, the IUPAC name starts with haloalkanes. First we have to name the that is halogen atom. So here IUPAC name becomes 2-iodo, 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 and then since the two for the two second carbon atom methyl group is attached, so it becomes 2-methyl, 2-methyl, 2-methyl. Then the three carbon atoms are there. This group is named, and here halogen atom is named. Since three carbon atoms are there in the that is longest chain, so it become that is propane, propane. So here the IUPAC name of the tertiary butyl iodide becomes 2-iodo-2-methyl propane. So in this type of the questions, first we have to write the structure of the given organic compound. Then we have to we have to start the naming according to the IUPAC rules. So here the answer becomes fourth one, that is 2-iodo-2-methyl propane. So in the examination you will get one question. In the every exam you will get one question on this tertiary IUPAC nomenclature of the organic compounds. So the next question, it's also very simple question which is asked in the KCET exam. So here they have asked mass of 0.1 mole of methane is the mass they have asked. So we have to first we have to 1 mole of methane. So first we have to check the 1 mole of methane. 1 mole of methane is equal to, it becomes that is methane formula is CH4. Methane formula is CH4. Then so here the mass of 1 mole of methane becomes that is hydrogen, that is atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So 1 into 4 molecules are there, 1 into 4 plus then that is carbon atom, the atomic mass of the carbon atom is 12. So here the 1 mole of the mass of the 1 mole of the methane becomes that is 16 gram, 16 gram. 4 plus 12, 16 gram. Then we have to give the mass of 0.1 mole of 0.1 mole of methane, 0.1 mole of methane. So I will write here that is 1 mole of 1 mole of 1 mole, I will write m here, 1 mole of methane is equal to 16 gram, and then 0.1 mole is equal to how much? So this is simple equation, you need to solve this. Here we will get answer as that is, so here question mark is equal to 0.1 into 16, 0.1 into 16 divided by 1, so it become 1.6 gram. So 1.6 gram, 1.6 gram, 1.6 gram is the, that is mass of the 0.1 mole of the methane. So this is also one of the easiest question. So in this type of the questions they will ask, that is other compounds, they will ask CO2, they will ask about the other type of the compound CO2 or H2O, they will ask in the examination. The procedure will remain same. You need to consider the mass of the, that is molecule, that is carbon. In the CO2 you have to consider the oxygen and then carbon. So if you find the value of the 1 mole of the CO2, then we will get the, that is 0.1 mole or whatever they have asked in the examination. So next question we have, that is third question is, an element with the atomic number 21 is a, they have asked the question, the what is the element which has the atomic number 21. So here the answer become, that is transition element, that is transition element is the answer of this question. And this question is based on the periodic table, so you will get one or two questions on the periodic table. So you need to know everything related to the periodic table. So how the atomic radii, ionic radii varies along the periods or along the that is groups, you need to remember. In the modern periodic table we have, that is 7 periods and 18 groups. And the elements in the periodic table are mainly classified into the S block elements, P block elements, D and F block elements. In the S block elements we have alkali and alkaline earth metals, and the D block elements are called as the transition elements. And here the atomic number, the element with the atomic number 21 is a transition element, and it comes under the, that is D block, D group elements, that is D group elements. And next we have, that is P block elements. P block elements are also very important. Here we will have, that is boron family, carbon family, and nitrogen, oxygen. These are the elements which are comes in the P block elements. And F block elements, that is lanthanides and actinides, these elements are known as inner transition element, that is F block elements are known as inner transition elements. And halogens, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, these are the group 17 elements, and these are known as the halogens. And last 18th group elements are, that is inert gases. These are the inert gases or rare gases. So if you see the in the periodic table, the electronegativity increases as we go from left to right. So left to right, if you go in the periodic table, the electronegativity increases, and the enthalpy of hydration of the cation is decreases in the left to right in the periodic table. And in the groups, the electronegativity increases from, that is if you move along the from top to bottom of the group. So you need to know everything which is related to the periodic table. You will get one or two questions in the every exam. So the next question we have, which is the most easily liquefiable rare gas. This is also one question which asked in the inert gases. So here the answer is, that is xenon. Xenon is the right answer of this question. The reason is that, that is because of the interatomic interactions, because of the interatomic interactions increases the increasing atomic number of this xenon, and hence this xenon is most easily liquefiable rare gas. So these rare gas, that is inert gases, are, there are 6, that is rare gas elements comes here. That is the next question, we have the most easily liquefiable rare gas. Which is the most easily liquefiable rare gas? Here the answer becomes xenon. As we have discussed in the earlier question, group 18 elements are called as the inert gases, these are inert because they have completely filled, they have no valency electrons. Here the last orbital is completely filled. So these gases, here there are six gases comes here, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Here the, that is xenon comes here. So here the why the xenon is most easily liquefiable rare gas means because of the interatomic interactions increases with the increasing atomic number. Because of this reason, that is interatomic interactions, this xenon is most easily liquefiable rare gas. So you will also get questions on these rare gases because these are very important. The last question we have is, that is the color of the sky is due to the, what is the reason because behind the color of the sky? The answer for this question is the wavelength of the scattered light. The wavelength of the scattered light is the answer for this question. So we have discussed the 5 questions of the KCET chemistry question paper. So in the next video I will come back with the more questions on the KCET question paper. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something from here, please share to your friends and it will be very helpful for them also. Thank you friends.